Hello everyone, I am Solki Michael. I am 22 years old. I live in La Ceiba because I study here in UPM in English program. So today I want to talk about some topic that teacher give us for oral presentation. The first topic is brainstorm a list of things you like doing or are interested in meet up a group. I want to share some ideas for our meetup a group and how we can make it enjoyable and engaging for all members. First, let's talk about what we will do during our meetings. We can host 10-minute discussion session on topics choose as a book, maybe travel, cooking, or technology. We could also organize a small workshop where members share their skills, choose as a photographers, tips, basics, cooking lesson, or language practice. To keep the atmosphere fun, we can play interactive games and quizzes and even work on small group projects or creative challenges. Now, where and how often we will meet? I suggest using a local community center, a cozy coffee, or even a park when the weather is nice. We could meet every 2 weeks, so it's a regular enjoy to stay connected but not too demanding. And for those who can't attend in person, we call sometimes all online session. For special events, we call celebrate as seasonal holidays, organize a cultural nights, and plan trips to museums, park, or other local attractions. Another great idea would be inviting quest as speakers to share their expertise or even join volunteer activities together to help to community. Finally, let's talk about the cost to cover snacks, materials, and venue rental. Members could pay a small monthly fee, perhaps around $5 to $10. The first visit could be free to encourage new people to join, and special events might have a separate optionals fin depending to the activity. In short, our meeting up group will be a place to learn, share, even fun together with regular meetings, existing events, and open friendly environment. I believe we can create something truly special for everyone. So now I want to talk about the most influential people in my life. One of the people who has had the greatest influence on my life is my mother, because she is a woman with a strong, caring, and generous personality. She has always been patient and understanding, but at the same time determined and hardworking. Her positive attitude and ability to stay calm in difficult situations have inspired me to be a strong and more optimistic. My mother has choose a big influence on me because she has always been my role model. She taught me the importance of respect, honesty, and perseverance. She encourages me to believe in myself and to never give up no matter how hard things get. Whenever I face a challenge, I remember her advice and example, and it gives me the motivation to keep going. We have done many things together that have expanded my life. We cook together, share long conversation, and spend time doing family activities. She has helped me with my studies, celebrating my achievements, and support me in my dreams. Even small moments like walking in the park or having breakfast together are special because they strengthen our bond. In conclusion, my mother's love, wisdom, and constant support have made me the person I am today. She has not only guided me through life but also inspired me to be a better person, and I am deeply grateful for everything she has done for me, and I hope to make her proud in the future. Now I want to talk about what I have been doing too much and not enjoy recently. Some habits I have noticed in myself recently, things I have been doing too much of and things I haven't been doing enjoy. First, about technology. I have been spent too much time on my phone or computer, especially on social media and watching videos. This sometimes makes me feel tired and distracted. What I haven't been doing enjoy is taking breaks from screens. I know I should spend more time outside reading or doing offline hobbies that help me relax and focus better. My diet. Lately, I have been eating too many snacks and sweets. Sometimes I choose fast food or quick meals instead of healthy options. I realize I haven't been eating enough fresh fruits, vegetables, or drink enough water. Improve my diet would help me feel more energetic and healthier overall. When it comes to exercise, I have been sitting too much and moving very little. I haven't been doing enjoy physical activity like walking, stretching, or playing sport. Adding more exercise to me routine is important for my healthy and mood. So I want to start moving more regularly. Finally, about my family, I have noticed it spend too much time on device, which sometimes take away from spending quality time with my family. I haven't been talking, lounging, or sharing activities with them as much I would like. I want to change that by enjoying more moments together and strengthening our bond. In conclusion, while I have been using too much technology, eating unhealthy foods, sitting too much, and spending less time with my family, I believe small changes can help me find better balance. I want to improve this habit to have a healthier and happier life. Now I want to talk about how I use technology to support my relationships. How I use technology to support and strengthen my relationship with my family or friends. Technology plays an important role in my life, especially in staying connected with the people I care about. For example, I use my phone and social media apps to keep in touch me with my family when we are not together. I send messages, share photos, and makes video calls to see and talk to them even if they are far away. This helps me feel close to them and shows that I care even from a distance. With my friends, technology helps us stay connected through group chats, social media, and gaming. We share ideas, plan meetings, and support each other online. This constant communication keeps our friendships strong, especially when we are busy or live in different places. The technology also helps me organize special moments with my loved ones. For example, I use calendar apps to remember important dates. I like birthdays or family events. I can send invitations or reminders easily, which helps us celebrate together. And not forget this special occasion. Another way technology supports my relationship is by allowing me to share my experiences. I often post pictures or stories on social media, and my family and friends can comment or react. This creates a sense of connection and shared moments even if we are apart. Inclusion about the technology is a powerful tool that helps me stay connected, communicate, and share special moments with my family, friends. I it makes my relationship stronger and helps me feel closer to the people I love, no matter where we are. So now I want to talk about an amazing moment in my life. I want to share with you one of the most amazing moments in my life. This moment showed me the power of hard work and give me a lot of confidence. I was at a special event with my classmates. It was a day I have been preparing for a long time. I participate in a presentation and I give my best effort. When the result came, I found out that I had won or succeeded in my goal. I feel so proud and happy. It was an incredible feeling to see my hard work pay off. That moment gave me motivation to keep working hard in everything I do. This experience taught me that with determination and effort I can achieve my goals. It also helped me believe more in my life. Even now when I face challenge, I remember that amazing moment and I gives me a strength. I give me a strength. In conclusion, that amazing moments changing how I see myself. It's showing me that I'm capable of great things if I try. I will always remember it as one of the best days of my life. So now I want to talk about fears and their effects. About this. The first, let's talk about Emily Reson. That Emily Reson. She is a 26 years old graphic designer from Sydney. Emily takes the subway to work every day, but she hates the 40-minute trip because she feels incredible anxious in tight space with a lot of people. Sometimes she even gets off the train to wait until it's less crowded, which makes her late for work. She feels resentment for her fear, so she hasn't told anyone. The second person is Ellen Master, a retired police officer from Brazil. Helen has had panic attack shortly after boarding planes. Several times she has had to cancel her vacation because of this note. She rarely travels outside her country, which means she can visit her grandchildren in the UK. She knows it's a problem, but she has decided to live with it. Finally, there is Tom Waxby. He has 43 years old, accountant in New York. His company has been doing badly and many people have lost their jobs. Tom is afraid that he will lose his job too. This fear makes it hard for him to sleep at night and as a result he often feels tired and hungry after work. Now, if we think about their fears, some may be relation and other irrational. Tom fear could be considered relation because his company is not doing well. Emily and Helen's fears are more irrelations because the situations they fear are not necessarily dangerous, but they still cause strong anxiety. I think each of them is coping in different ways, but maybe not in the best way. Emily hides her fear, Helen avoids traveling, and Tom loses sleep. Their fears are big issues because they affect in their daily lives, work, and relationships. If I were in their position, I would try to seek help, maybe from a therapist, or understand my fear and learn started to control it. I believe fears can be managed if we talk about them and get support. Hello, now I want to talk about a robot be a doctor. Whether I would be happy for a robot to the job of a doctor. My personally, I don't think I would want a robot to completely replace a human doctor. One the important reason is that being a doctor is not just about a medical knowledge. It's also about emotion. Robots, no matter how advanced, cannot truly fill our show real empty. Another reason is that doctors often have to make complex decisions in unpredictable situations. Human doctors use human experience and sometimes creativity to save lives, and robot may be able to follow rules and analyze that, but in an emergency quick human intuition can make the difference between life and death. Also, technical problems can happen if a robot has a system error or a malfunction during a surgery or treatment. The result could be dangerous. A human doctor can adapt and find solution immediately, while a robot may just stop working. However, I can see something advantages to having robots in medicine. For example, robots can process medical data very quickly and with high accuracy. They don't get tired, so they can work for long hours without making mistakes caused by fatigue. They can also assist in surgeries with a precision that is sometimes better than the human hand. In conclusion, I think robots can be great tools to help doctors, but they should not fully replace them. Human care, empathy, and judgment are essential in medicine, and that as something robot cannot truly offer. We talk about the read information course and write notes about advantages and disadvantages. So now I am going to talk about three forms of transportation: the city train, the EcoBus, and the trolley system, and explains their advantages and disadvantages. The first, the city train. This project will be complete in 2030. It's spacious, modern, and has built-in Wi-Fi as well as free first-class meeting tables. It's much faster, and road vehicles and dailies are less likely. However, it's also very expensive. It will cost about $5 billion to build, and the day ticket is $10, which is not very cheap. The next one is the EcoBoost. This system was complete in 2022. It's eco-friendly and used renewable energy, which is a great for environment. It costs much less to build, $3,000 million, and tickets are only $3 per day. It's a faster and cars because it uses a designed bus lane, but dailies are still possible, so it's not always reliable. The finally is the trolley system. It will become complete in 2025. This is a simple subways style train, but many roads will need to be resigned. To fit that tourists is cost $2 billion to build and takes are $5 per day. Unfortunately, it's a relevantly slow, and can also have delays. In conclusion, each system has its strengths and weaknesses. The city train is fast and comfortable bus but expensive. The EcoBus is affordable and eco-friendly but may have delays. The trolley system is cheaper than the city train but is slower and requires more road changes. Choosing the best option depends on whether we value spend cost or environment impact the most. So now I want to talk about write a list of 5 ways you could be more environmentally friendly in the following areas. I don't like to share some simple ways we can all be more environmentally friendly in our daily lives. I will talk about 3 areas: clothing, saving water, and recycling. Let's start with clothing. First, we can buy fewer clothes and choose higher quality items that last longer. Second, we can donate or sell clothing we don't use instead of throwing them away. Third, we can repair clothes instead of replacing them. Fourth, we can choose second hand shops or clothing apps way. And finally, we can pick fabrics made from sustainable materials like organic cotton or recycling fibers. Now, saving water. One way is to take short showers, another is to turn off the tap while brushing or tea. We can also fix legs quickly because even small drips waste a lot of water. Using a bucket instead of a hose to wash the car is another good habit. And lastly, we can collect rainwater to water plants. And finally, recycling. We can start by sparking our waste into paper, plastic, glass, and organic materials. We can also reuse containers and jars instead of buying new ones. Another idea is to compost food scraps. Reducing single use plastic is very important. So, crying a resolver water bubble helps. And finally, we can support products made from recycling materials. In conclusion, small action in clothing, water use, and recycling can make a big difference for the planet. If we each take responsibility together, we can create a learning, greening, and future. So now I am talking about tell the class which candidates you choose, which you rejected, and why. I will choose Anna Romas for the Mars on one mission. She has experience lending small teams of marine biologists, which shows she can work well with others and coordinate a group effectively. She also has excellent attention to detail and is very organized. Qualities that are essential for a space mission where any mistakes can be critical. And her PhD in marine biology proves she has a strong scientific knowledge and her experience spending long periods in small island place is highly relevant for living on a spacecraft or a base or Mars. Ensure Anna combines leadership, scientific preparation, organization, and the ability to adapt to insulated environments, making her a ideal candidate for this mission. So now I want to talk about how education has changed in your country over the past 15 years. Over the past 15 years, education in my country has changed a lot. First, discipline used to be very strict 50 years ago. Physically, punishment was common, and teacher as complete authority in the classroom. Today, discipline is more about respect and communication. Physical punishment is not allowing, and there is a stronger focus on student rights. Second, the objects have expanded. In the past, students mainly studied reading, writing, math, and history. Now the curriculum includes technology, foreign languages, environmental sciences, and arts, giving a student more opportunities to develop different skills. The age for starting school has changed 50 years ago. Many children began at age 6 or 7. Today, most children start preschool at 4 or 5 years old, which gives then a head start in learning. Finally, college education has become more accessible. In the past, only a small number of people, usually from wealthy families, attended university. Today, there are more opportunities for everyone with scholarship and online programs that make higher education more available. In conclusion, the education has become more inclusive, more diverse in subjects, and more focused on students' development than it was 50 years ago. And now I am talking about advance and disadvantage of going to college right after high school. I will talk about the advance and disadvantage of going to college right after finishing high school. The first one, the advance, is fresh methods. After high school, your study habits and learning skills are fresh, making it easier to adapt to college life. Career start. Going straight to college help you start your career earlier, which can mean earning money sooner. Social opportunities. You meet new people and make a friends you urge, which is great for networking and personally growing. Structures. College provides a structured environment that helps many students stay focused and motivated. Now the disadvantage. Look for experience. Some students might feel unprepared for the independence and responsibility college requires. Burnout risks. After many years of studying in high school, some students may feel tired and need a break before continuing education. Financial pressure. Going straight to college can be expensive, and not everyone is ready to manage money or student loans. Unclear goals. Sometimes students choose a major without enough life experience, leading to uncertainty or changing careers later. In conclusion, going to college right after high school has both benefits and challenges. It depends on the person, readiness, goals, and situation. So now I am talk about read the situation and write notes about the victim, crime, and any other important details. I'm going to talk about a crime that happening last Saturday evening in downtown Riverside. The victim was a 32 years old nurse named Emily Carruthers. She had just finished a long shift at the hospital and was walking home. She decided to take a shortcut through a quiet side street. While she was walking, a man approached her, pretending to ask for directions. Suddenly, he grabbed her handbag and tried to run away. Inside the bag, she had her wallet, phone, and some important medical documents. It was a case of street robbery. The attacker wore a black hoodie and had his face partly covered with a scarf. The incidents happening about 50 p.m. under a very dim strangely. For Fortunately, two people had Emily secrets and decided to help. They chased the thief and caught him a few blocks away. Then they called the police, and Emily was a very frightened, but luckily not injured. All her belongings were returned to her, and suspect is now is police custody waiting for trial. So now I want to talk about think of phrases you could use to complain about product. I'm going to talk about how to complain about a product and how to respond to these complaints in a polite and professional way. The first here are some common phrases that customers use when taking complaint. For example, they may say, "This product doesn't work as expected," or "It stopped working after only a few days." Others may say, "I am not satisfied with the quickly," or "It arrived by the demand." Some customers also complain by saying the product looks different from the factory, or "I paid for express delivery but it arrived late." Now, how can we respond to these complaints politely? One way is to apologize and ask for more details. For example, "I am very sorry to hear that. Could you tell me more about the problem?" Another way is to offer a solution like apology for the inconvenience. We can replace it for you immediately. It's also important to show understanding. For example, "I understand your frustration. Would you like a refund or an exchange?" And sometimes we need evidence to solve the problem, so we can say, "Could you send us a photo of the demands?" So, in conclusion, when a customer complains, we should listening careful, apologize sincerely, and offer a quick and fair solution. This not only solves the problem, but also helps to keep the customer trust. Now, I want to talk about the communication and why it is so important in our daily lives. Communication is the process of sharing information, ideas, and feelings between people. It can be verbal, like speaking and writing, or not verbal, like body language, facial expression, and gestures. Good communication is essential in every part of life, at work, at school, and in personal relationship. It helps us understand others, solve problems, and build trust. For example, in a workplace, Clear communication between a manager and employees can prevent misunderstanding and improve teamwork. In friendship, good communication helps to express emotion and strengthen the bond. However, the communication is not only about speaking, it's also about listening, and activity listening means paying full attention to the other people, asking a question and showing that you understand. This makes conversation more meaningful and effective. Technology has changed the way we communicate. Today, we can send messages instantly through Gmails, text, and social media. This is fast and convenient, but we should also remember the value of face-to-face communication, where tone of voice and body language play a big role. In conclusion, effective communication requires both speaking clearly and listening careful. By improving our communication skills, we can create a better relationships and avoid many problems. So now I want to talk about a marketing campaign. I'm going to present my plan for a viral marketing campaign to raise awareness now for a charity. The charity I have chose his Hope for Homeless Young, which support young people living on the stress by providing shelter, education, and job training. First, to get regular donation, we will create a strong emotional connection with the audience. We will share real stories for young people who whose lives have changed thanks to the charity. Showing before and after situation to highlight the impact of donation. The second, to get more online mentions, we will use social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We will encourage people to share our video using a unique aesthetics. Third, the key factor that will hook our audience will be a powerful opening sense. A young person sitting alone in that ride, following by a transportation sense where they are safe, smiling, and studying. These contrasts will grab attention in the first few seconds. Our target audience will be people age 18 or 35 who are active on social media, socially conscious, and likely to share meaningful content. To get higher engagement, will include a challenge for every share of the video, and the sponsor will donate $1 to the charity. This will motivate people to participate in spreading the message in many applications and Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.